Okay, I guess that brings us to Karen.
I just handed out the grant report for the period ending July 31st. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but I did want to bring to your attention a couple things. One is you have, Bobby made a photocopy of this PowerPoint presentation that I had put together at Erica's request for the City Council to receive. I think there's some confusion as to whether they actually did receive it or they did not receive it.
Oh, I know they received it. I don't know if they read it.
So they did receive it. Whether they read it or not, I don't know. I believe it's incredibly useful information. As a president of a neighborhood, I think this is fabulous information to have, to know what CRN has been doing the last 2 fiscal years. From some of the comments that have been shared with me, I think that there may be some miscommunication about the work that's been done at the CRN or the amount of money that has been raised for various neighborhoods, etc. So I just wanted to make sure that you all received a copy of this. So if you had any confusion or questions about what's really happened in the last couple years, I would just kind of draw your attention to this PowerPoint, and if you have any further questions, I'm absolutely happy to answer those. The other thing that I needed to make you all aware of is that per the new contract with the city, I will not be allowed to help you all with your CDBG grant applications or any grant application you submit to the Greater Cedar Rapids Community Foundation. You will now be required to do all of those yourself. I personally believe that's unfortunate. I will be doing a series of grant writing workshops to help you prepare for writing those proposals moving forward. I wish that things were different. I wish that I could continue to provide those services to you all and help you understanding that many of you don't have the skill sets that I bring. But at this point in time, I have been given my responsibilities for fiscal year 13, and that does not include those 2 items.
Well, just to clarify, there's nothing to say that Karen can't help and assist with the preparation of those grants. What the grant agreement says is that Karen can't write the grants. She can't be the author of the grant. And that was Pomerantz's mandate. His theory being that, and why he includes Greater Cedar Rapids, I don't know. But from the CDBG perspective, he feels that they have city staff, they're paying city staff to administer that program. And so he doesn't feel that city money should be used to hire somebody to author the grants to go after that money. He feels that the neighborhoods should be able to go after that money on their own. That being said, like Karen said, she can't author the grants, but she can assist. We will be setting up grant writing workshops or grant writing, what do you want to call them, workshops or work sessions maybe.
And I will have one that specifically addresses the Greater Cedar Rapids Community Foundation Program grant in fall. I know that I was working with Dawn.
We're interested in.
I know, and I know that's a significant grant for you. That's going to be about $25,000, $30,000, and I'm sorry that I cannot help you with that. I will do everything that I can to help you and Dawn gain the skill set to do that. Again, I wish things were different. I will also be doing a specific seminar later this fall about how to write a CDBG proposal. In my opinion, neither of those 2 proposals are easy, but it seems to be believed that you all embody those skill sets. And so anything that I can do to help you bring those skills forward, I'm happy to do.
Schools will probably be talking to me.
Yes, I'm sorry, Karen. I wish things were different.
Any other questions or comments for Karen right now?
Can I just look at the
Yes.
3 new neighborhood associations? Jack?
It's over by Jackson Elementary, kind of on,
On the
by
northwest
T and
side.
Funeral Home on the northwest side over there.
Actually, it's further out.
A little further out past there. I think they call it Jackson because that's the elementary school
Yeah.
that kind of would feed into.
Right.
Yes. Any other questions for me? Okay. I will look forward to seeing you at your neighborhood meetings either this month or next month to talk about.
If those 2 areas drop off your responsibilities, would some add in, or?
No, well, not necessarily. I will be spending a lot of time doing prospect research on private funders.
So looking for funding for some of the same types of projects, but alternative sources.
Yes.
Alternative sources to Greater Cedar Rapids and CDBG. And again, that's part of our mandate to broaden the funding base and reach out to other sources of.
Which is, if I could, you all received at one point in time a spreadsheet that I provided, which showed neighborhood and was color-coded in terms of where the grants had come and what each neighborhood had received and the amount that they had received that I had worked on. And I do not believe that that grid was lacking in any sort of private funding. We've been receiving private funding for the last 2 years. So
That if we work on composing grants, we could come to you for help with phrasing or vocabulary and...
I don't know. I wasn't at the meeting. I was just told, so I will take my direction from Erica in terms of what I am allowed or not allowed to do. If it's a private grant, U.S. Bank, we're going to be approaching U.S. Bank in September. Bank Iowa, we just received one from them. We just received a grant from Alliant. Anything that the city deems to be a private funding source, I will be allowed to write for you, soup to nuts. But if it is either CDBG or anything associated with the Greater Cedar Rapids Community Foundation, be it a donor advised fund, a program fund, a momentum fund, a capacity building fund, the Lynn County endowment, you name it, I can't help you with that. I can guide you, I can give you direction.
But can the city's grant writer help us? Well, you were in that meeting, Nicole.
Right.
Jeff said from CDBG there is no one to write the grant for you.
The
They think the neighborhood
have the capacity and the knowledge and the skill set to do that.
They said that the city staff that works with CDBG can assist you in understanding that program, but they're not going to write the CDBG grant for you.
Is the Greater Cedar Rapids Foundation part of the city government?
No, it's not.
No, it's not, but Pomerantz has talked to Les Garner and convinced him that the city shouldn't be paying to have somebody write grants to them as well.
And is he a city staff member?
No, he is
Les Garner, no. The Greater Cedar Rapids Community Foundation is a private foundation.
private funds, largely funded by individual donors and corporate donors. Has nothing to do with the city of Cedar Rapids. Never has, never will, according to its charter.
I lobbied very strenuously to get that condition in particular taken out of the city grants this year, and Pomerantz and would not budge.
Well, if you remember when Sandy was here, I specifically asked her if we could use the city grant writer. Do we have to get in line, or could we use the city grant writer? And we never got an answer.
Who is the city grant writer? Nobody knows.
My understanding is there is somebody that has been hired by the Greater Cedar Rapids Foundation that writes grants on their behalf. But I don't know that there is a quote-unquote city grant writer. So,
Well, for my job, I've gone to workshops that the Greater Cedar Rapids Foundation gives to, clarify and help and guide you, but it isn't on the writing of it.
right. And we will, like I said, we'll work with Karen to get you assistance in actually writing. She just can't be the author of the grants and do them on her own. You have, the city has indicated that they want the neighborhoods more involved in the grant writing process and to be more invested in the actual grants that are written on their behalf. It's the message that I've been given.
Are there any other questions about anything on the proposal or the PowerPoint? If not, you can always email me if you have any questions.